The most unique championship in sports has come to the American heartland. 44 of the world's best athletes are set to compete for the only individual volleyball title in the world. But they cannot win it alone. To stand as champion requires more than execution on court. Winning requires the knowledge of a GM, the strategic vision of a coach, the fire of a star athlete. Package those skills for 4 weeks, and perhaps the confetti will fall for you. From Volleyball Town, USA, this is Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball, Season 5. It's time to kick it off from Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Match number 1 of 24 on the season, a month of pro volleyball. Team Kingdon Rishel taking on Team De La Cruz-Mejia. Welcome inside, everybody. I'm Kevin Barnett. This is a unique player-driven league where captains play an enormous role throughout the entire week as well as in every match. And with that in mind, let's hear from our captains right away. My partner, Key Michael, is with our 2 leaders.
Go ahead. Guys, break it up. We're leaving it on the court, all right? Listen, it is night 1 of Athletes Unlimited. 2 of the best players. I've got them with me. They're about to jump on court. But before we do, Betty, you've been champion. What does it take to be champion here at Athletes Unlimited?
Oh, it's amazing always to play here, but to be a champion is also so nice, so I will beat her.
Oh, okay. What does it take to beat Betty and get on top?
Just stop Betty from hitting off of the hands all night long and stop her serve. She's great at everything. We need to control her.
Love it, guys. Get out there on the court. We'll see you later.
I don't think anyone in international volleyball has ever managed to control Betty De La Cruz-Mejia, one of the all-time greats. Coming out of the Dominican Republic, now in her 5th season with Athletes Unlimited, and an international career that has spanned 2 decades. Speaking of international talent, we have raised the bar this year on Team Kingdon Rishel. As you look at Madi Kingdon there, national team career and pro career of her own over the last 10 years. We have added all around the rosters. The level is something to behold this season. Expect close volleyballs. We look forward to the only individual title inside of this uniquely team sport of volleyball. You're looking at one of the new ads, Micah Hancock, wearing number 92, playing for Team De La Cruz-Mejia this week. Originally out of Oklahoma, the setter won a national title, a pair of them as a matter of fact, with Penn State, before going on to gold and silver with Team USA. So Team Kingdon Rishel in blue, Team De La Cruz-Mejia in orange will get us started. Our first of 2 matches on the night. Thanks for being with us for the kickoff of Season 5 Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. Oh, did I mention Micah Hancock's the best server in the history of American volleyball? Cracks one to the outside and immediately makes a defensive play. Right side, Kat Bell tips over the top, and it is picked up. The libero play also picked up last year. Hancock will go to the middle this time, and that will work. First kill for McKenna Vicini, brand new to AU this year. Keith.
I'm so excited to watch all of the new talent. If you thought that AU, Athletes Unlimited, was big time before, I mean, it's just stepped up a huge level in terms of talent, and you just saw it right there. McKenna Vicini, so exciting.
We're going to talk a lot about the talent as we go through this. Another crack there to Kojima, who passes a dime. And on the other side is Piana Panoy with the excellent dig, and the off-speed stuff rules early from Betty De La Cruz.
You heard it from Betty herself. She's one of the toughest players to play against. She will do those sneaky things all night long.
Leader in kills in Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball history, now 792 with that last one as Micah Hancock misses, but she got her team a 2-point start. Captains for each week are determined by the results the week before or the year before. Top 4 are captains as Chompoo Guedpard steps back to serve. Right side, Betanya tries to go high hands. Instead, it's a dig. And coming the other way, straight down the line, is Temi Thomas Ailara in the opposite spot right now.
Yeah, she improved a lot in that position. We saw her last year, kind of fluctuating a little bit between outside and opposite, trying to find her role. She's definitely, I'd say stronger in that position where she doesn't have to focus on anything but attacking.
Little confusion there, and it's right back the other way. Kingdon Rishel with the score. We will play 3 sets And we will play to 25, must win by 2, but the overall victory will be determined by the aggregate score. We'll add everything up. So for instance, 75, 70, something like that, or higher, as we've seen throughout the early part of testing here in Omaha, Nebraska. We've seen some pretty high scores up into the 80s as extra time has been a feature. 4-2, Kingdon Rishel.
I think that's just credit as well to the level of talent that we have this year, is that it's not going to be a one-sided match. I have a feeling anytime any of these teams are getting on court.
The setter, 5'8". Guedpard, deep serve out of Thailand, setting the national team there. In transition, she checks the defense and sets overhead again. Thomas Ilara is wide.
The thing about Athletes Unlimited is you can't really afford to make those kind of mistakes. Every single time that you touch the ball, every contact is either an addition of points or a subtraction of points. Obviously, players are not thinking about that, but it's something that you have to keep in mind.
Betty De La Cruz has led the league in aces 3 seasons in a row, and she goes long on her first effort here. Had 17 aces a year ago, and that doesn't even take into account the number of times she puts the other team into a 1-pass situation, a 2-pass situation.
It's serving all about that domino effect.
Perfect pass here for Team De La Cruz-Mejia. And a kill on the left side by the left-handed Danny Drews, originally a star in Utah, and now a star here in Athletes Unlimited, as well as her other pro endeavors. Playing for League One volleyball out of Salt Lake last year. Welcome, McKenna Vicini once again. A Stanford star, a national title there with the Cardinal. First serve, and she will serve again. Big block there from Drews on the left side.
Betty De La Cruz has put a lot of power, what's the word I'm looking for? She's put a lot into Danny Drews. She was her first pick, and this is why she's offensive and also defensive.
Danny Drews, one of those 5-tool players trying to bring a complete game. That ball set beautifully to the outside, but Taylor Sambothi is back in the league and back in front of hitters.
And how about shutting down Natalia, one of the most well-known international superstars from Brazil? She didn't have a great scrimmage. Her numbers were not what I was expecting, but she was still drafted so high.
Natalia Zilo Pereira, we'll talk a lot about her, simply known as Natalia. She'll get it right back here on the left side, and another big swing. That is her brand of volleyball, fearless.
And that's what you get from a veteran like that. She'll get blocked once, doesn't matter, goes right back at it because she's done it so many times. It's just muscle memory at this point for her.
5 titles in Brazil for her, as a bunch of other accolades on her resume. Sophie Fisher back to serve, and that ball is long. One-time Georgia star, middle blocker who can play opposite. A lot of versatility there from number 26.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if she gets a chance to stay in the back row a little bit.
As we get to a veteran, Kat Bell back to serve out of Texas, the 6'2" opposite. Generates the overpass, and the redirect is good from Drews. So a little bit of runs here to start this match. Does that surprise you at all, or what do you think might be at play?
Well, it all has to do with knowing your team, right? And these players haven't really had that much of a chance to really train together. So you can understand why there's some confusion, some miscommunication early on. It's all about kind of getting out of those runs as soon as you can.
Bell manages that swing into the middle of the court. Natalia, she'll chip it, and that's successful in front of Bell. A lot of off speed to begin set number 1.
Yeah, players getting their bearings, and especially against a team that doesn't, maybe the defense and that defensive unit is one of the hardest things to get right as a team, working together as a new unit, so you can capitalize on that with those off speeds.
Thomas Ilara gets the overpass with a left-handed. Micah Hancock stuffs it through the block. Pinoy another dig. Pair of lefties over there combining on that play. Drews with the finish.
Yeah, Drews is an interesting one with that left hand on the outside. Has to get that ball a little bit wider. It can really throw the blockers off in terms of where you line up against her.
Difficult pass once again. So the service game of De La Cruz-Mejia paying dividends early.
Yeah, tough serving is not always about getting an ace. Sometimes it's exactly that, getting that ball tight on the net, letting your blockers do their job.
Drews once again. Another flat one to Natalia, who rolls to the outside, and that was a missed connection in the middle. Natalia trying to save it. Serena Gray was the target. So Drews will stay at the line now, 11-7. De La Cruz-Mejia right back with a run now, lead of 4. And then a service error.
I don't mind that, though. You've got to be.
Okay.
This is what I think De La Cruz-Mejia, in particular, she likes her players to be aggressive in all areas of their game. That includes the serve. That includes the higher risk serve.
There she is, Natalia Zito Pereira, but only known as Natalia. Playing in Brazil for an extremely long time, multiple-time medalist indoors, and a huge part of that Brazilian team that is, in volleyball, the #1 sport in Brazil. And if you're thinking soccer, hey, what about soccer, Kevin? No. Soccer's their religion.
I don't know. I pray at the altar of volleyball.
A service from Taylor Sambothi. Welcome back to the service line, where she is sneaky effective.
She is actually in so many areas of her game. She's able to find corners and angles that you just don't think exist from other players.
Better pass this time. Thrown to the outside with pace, blocked down. But covered. Kingdon Rishel, second big swing, and an even better block once again. McKenna Vicini.
Vicini was impressive in the scrimmages as well. One night she had 4 blocks. This is what she does really well. Moves laterally, gets in position. She's really solid with her arms.
A little 11-3 run here. Sambothi will serve another tough one. Just handled at the net, and this time the connection to Gray is clean.
Powerhouse doing so well to reach tight to the net there. It almost looked like it was going to be another overpass, another error, kind of a free point given back to the orange side, but she does so well to grab that ball early.
Great tough service, tight to the net. Hancock delivers to the outside. Thomas Ailar will step in. Beautiful set. I don't think tips are going to get it done this year. That will. Inside the block to the off blocker, Betty De La Cruz. Her team cruising right now, 15-9. They are +6, and we have hit the technical timeout. Key Michael is going to break down the draft and how it all happened for you when we're back. The Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Championship is sponsored by Nike. We'll be in Omaha for 2 weeks and then Madison for 2 weeks as we pursue this championship here in Season 5. Welcome back inside. Let's break down the draft. Every week there's a draft. That's how these teams come together as we look at 15-9 in set number 1. Here's Key Michael breaking down what happened to put these squads together.
All right, let's talk a little bit about draft strategy, Kevin. For De La Cruz-Mejia, she's gone with what she knows. 3 of her first 5 picks are returners. On the other side, it's a question mark for Kingdon Rishel, as for her first 4 are new to the league. So what both players have done, they're outside hitters themselves, and they've taken an outside hitter, so they want to shore up that reception and that offense. Natalia, we mentioned, didn't have a great scrimmage numbers. She was with Jordan Thompson, so you'll see her, you'll meet her later, but Danny Drews, 33 points in the scrimmages, big numbers there. Serena Gray, typically you don't see a middle blocker going so high unless your name is Molly McCage, but fireworks in the scrimmages, 22 points and 60% hitting efficiency, not bad. Both teams have gone with a setter as their 3rd pick, because you got to have that butter. Powerhouse and Hancock, 2 of the best in the international game. And while you've got sunshine in Danny Drews, you've got spice in Taylor Sambothi, so this team's going to be a bit of fire and ice. The question mark for me is, who gets the first win on the board? Whose draft strategy pays off? We'll see.
Indeed, we will see. As you look at Jordan Thompson, who we'll see drafted 1st overall. Kat Bell, 6th spot, was the highest draft in her AU history, and you see her on court right away. And yeah, she had it there. Newcomers dominating. We have 22 new players in the league. And they will play a huge role in deciding this championship, as that jump serve is long from Hancock, the team that features 2 jump servers. Chompoo Guedpard back to serve. Perfect pass delivered to the outside, and that is the aforementioned Kat Bell with the kill. Kat Bell at that opposite position can hit for some very nice numbers. One-time choir and dance participant before volleyball with Kat Bell. I get the dance part.
I can imagine it. I
can't imagine her waiting for a cue in choir. Can you imagine Kat just being quiet for a while?
Yeah, Kat's the star, wherever she is. She's center of it.
She's more of a soloist than just a member of the choir. Outside, Drews inside the block. Early on, De La Cruz-Mejia looking good on offense.
Well, this is something we talked about, or I suppose I just talked about at the whiteboard, is De La Cruz-Mejia chose what she knows. She has picked players that are tried and true for her. Most of her team are returners.
And that has worked so far as they've opened up a 17-10 lead. Remember how important that is. You're not only winning the set, as Betty goes to jump serve, you're also adding to your aggregate score. Overpass, opportunity to extend here. Got it. Nice delivery. Vicini already paying dividends here. Drafted 5th in week 1. In the 5th round, that is. Betty De La Cruz, one of just a couple of players to be here all 5 years. Outside, through the block, nice dig. Once again, good defense. How about transition attacking? Not yet. Natalia with the dig. To Betty. So that's Brazil to Dominican Republic to somewhere else in Nebraska.
Lincoln. It's gone. I think the international flair is one of my favorite parts about Athletes Unlimited, is that you get to see a little bit of a different style. Almost like superstars coming together and playing together for the first time, which you don't get anywhere else.
Bell hits into the block, and that one is just out. She lets it go. Yeah, with Natalia, I could see a silhouette of her attacking, and I would know it was her. And digging. She's very unique in the way she moves. Number 12 in blue. That's who you're looking for. She's in the left front right now, receiving serve from Vicini. And she'll swing. Micah Hancock's seen that one before in international competition, USA versus Brazil. Manami taking control, allowing the hitter to do that. The difference a libero can make.
Yeah, liberos don't get a whole lot of credit in terms of offensive power. Obviously, they're not scoring points, but they're making plays that allow their team to continue, that allow their team to do the impressive things at the net, and Manami just takes control.
Bad pass. Now it's Kingdon Rishel. Madi with the pass, delivered to the middle. Gray with another kill in this first set.
She's been relatively quiet, but she was someone who went off in the scrimmages, and that's why she was drafted so high. And I'm keeping my eye on her because I think there's a lot more of that in the tank. Yeah, been in the Team USA gym for a couple of years now. Serena Gray, of course, under Eric Sullivan's control now. Good pass, Hancock, long set overhead, thrown back. Drews resets her feet. Natalia chisels off the block. She's got the power and the control. That's why she has a silver and a gold medal. Is that what you need to get silver and gold? For the one, control for the other. Absolutely. That's how you win 18 Pro League titles across multiple countries. Difficult pass, and that's an ace. Sophie Fisher issues that one. So what looked like perhaps a blowout in the first set at 17-10, all of a sudden 19-15 and a timeout called by Team De La Cruz-Mejia. Chair chats are one of the great things about Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. We get a chance to talk to athletes in the middle of their match. McKenna Vicini, welcome to the league and good start. What's your comfort level right now?
It's pretty comfortable thanks to my teammates. I feel like we've just really bonded over the past few days, and just being a part of this organization, everyone's really welcoming. So Pretty comfortable, as comfortable as you can be in the middle of a match, I'd say.
McKenna, we've got a few different hobbies throughout this team and throughout the league. What have you picked up on from your teammates? What are you getting into in your free time with them?
Oh my goodness, I would say my teammates are very adventurous. Everyone's really getting into the whole exploring Omaha and the fall activities that it has to offer. I know some teammates have gone to the apple orchard and had a lot of fun. We also have a lot of book nerds on the team, so I know everyone's into the fantasy books. So yeah, it's definitely a wide range. Some people went putt-putt golfing. We also did candle making, and that was fun.
Excellent. Well, right now the focus is volleyball. Tell me what pro has demanded of you that was different than your collegiate career, which is exceptional.
I think that pro has really demanded that you build a really strong work ethic outside of what you're doing on the court with your teammates. I think that's what's the differentiator, is what you're willing to do on your own time and just the immense recovery that it requires too. It's a lot on the body, a lot of time spent on the court. So yeah, I think it's just taking care of your body, putting in work in the gym, and just being able to adapt to a really high level.
Yeah, we expect the level to be high. Thanks for joining us. Back to the match.
Thank y'all.
Vicini's going to go right back. There's Sambovi with a block. Her opposite player there. Nice dig by Drews inside. Excellent defense to start. That's going to be a hallmark this year, no doubt. Thomas Ailara finally gets the kill, and Key almost touches the game ball.
I was about to say still got it, but apparently I don't.
No, if you didn't reach it, only Go-Go Gadget arms would have worked.
If only.
That's the only person, Inspector Gadget, with longer arms than you. Team Kingdon Rishel looking for a little more. They've been the aggressor lately, but that is a clean first ball side out from Danny Drews and Team De La Cruz-Mejia. 21-16. Remember, played at 25 in the individual sets. You do get team points for each one of the set victories. You're going to get plus 40 points for every player on that leaderboard. If you win a set, you're going to get plus 60 if you win the overall. There's another dig and save. Kept alive. Right back to Natalia. Line this time? No, sharper. Number 12 going thumb down for the winner.
And have a look at the range from Natalia. Already we've seen 3, 4, 5 different styles of shots. We've seen the roll shot. We've seen her go off the hands. We've seen her go sharp angle. I'm sure we'll see her put one deep into the corners.
4 times she's won World Grand Prix, which has now become VNL. As that ball is long with Pereira at the service line. And the ball is out. Some players wanting a challenge. Captain's challenges are a thing, but Betty waving it off. Natalia, not her first time in Omaha. Was here for the 2015 World Grand Prix Championships. As that turn and swing from the left-handed Micah Hancock shows you the tools that she brings.
Yeah, you can never leave Hancock alone at the net. If she's front court, she's a threat, period.
22-18. Team in orange. De La Cruz-Mejia creeping closer. A lot of left side pin action here. Finally, a tip goes. That's a couple of short ones in front of Bell.
Yeah, that's a strategy you'll see often. Get somebody on the floor. Typically, it's your opposite. Maybe you want to go for a setter or a middle, but make somebody move, and those short balls are the way to do it. Especially Bell. She's going to be an offensive threat. At least take out one of those threats.
Serena Gray stepping back to serve as they clean up the floor. They love Salt Lake. That's League One volleyball. Salt Lake middle blocker. Played season 1 in that league. Going back for season 2. Starts in January. De La Cruz passes to her side and then tries to use the outside blocker to no avail. Yeah, they wanted a double but did not get it on the Team De La Cruz-Mejia side. That was a pretty dirty contact, and I think they did eventually get it.
Sophie Fisher is so tall standing. I don't think she even had to jump.
They won the ball. They did not win the argument over the double contact as play continued, but Sophie Fisher had her arms over the net, right?
Look, I'm a middle blocker. You know I'm always going to back the middles.
True story. A middle can do no wrong in the eyes of Key Michael.
This is fact. I want to know what the call is. I'm a little confused.
Give you an idea here. Sophie Fisher, 6'5" at middle blocker. Part of the upgrade in talent and physicality in the league. And now good discussions going on between Natalia and Micah Hancock as to what Micah was trying to do with that ball, with Sophie Fisher getting in the way. And now we'll look for a net violation. So a challenge has come in. 2 challenges. Those are captain's challenges per team, per set. Can challenge a variety of different actions, balls in and out.
Interestingly, this reaching over the net challenge that came into play internationally this summer got used a lot, but if this is what the question is, can you challenge that in this league? Micah is saying that she was in violation of reaching over the net, Sophie Fisher was, and she got in the way of her wanting to set. And Sophie's saying, I just put my hand straight up.
Well, I believe the challenge issued by Team Kingdon Rishel is actually for a net violation. They're looking for a net violation, at least according to the initial indication from our referees.
After review, the challenge from net touch is unsuccessful.
So, in fact, Micah Hancock not into the net on that joust in which an overcall was made. So the overcall stands, and Team De La Cruz-Mejia retains service, and you don't want it to be number 92 coming at you. Ooh, underneath it, just a little bit too much air.
Oh, that would have been the perfect time to get an ace as well. One of those the ball never lies moments.
At one point in her Penn State career, almost single-handedly served her team to a national championship.
You're pardoned.
Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. Bad pass, Hancock runs it down. Natalia plays the free ball. Drews calling for it, gets it out of the back row and puts it away. A lot of Danny Drews here in set 1.
Yeah, she's paying off as that first pick so far. She's been efficient, she's been available, been figuring out ways around the block.
Been playing in Japan, Poland, as well as League One Salt Lake. Danny Drews, she'll be back for the 26th season. Overhead to the captain, got it down the line. Do not apologize for greatness, Madi Kingdon Rishel. So set point, De La Cruz-Mejia looking for the side out. This is where you don't want to give a few back. Could matter at the end, and they do give one back right there. The block finally gets Drews.
It's a good-looking block. So Fisher got a little bit to prove after, I think, getting called in that over. She's in a good place there, just throws her hands over. You're allowed to, once you're blocking, put your hands on the other side of the net, and Betty De La Cruz caught sleeping.
Another set point opportunity here, number 3. Overhead. Cat Bell got enough. No, she did not. It's on the line.
That's a great block. And you could see 3 players following it. Micah Hancock was all eyes on that ball and still made the choice to let it go.
Consider this. You have to win by 2, and normally you're just going to win the set. You're going to go away up 1-0 as we watch this ball carom and then find its way back right onto that line. Normally you'd be up 1-0, and that would be it. There would really be no penalty for now giving up 3 set point opportunities.
The penalty here at Athletes Unlimited is every single point counts. Every single point and action adds not only to your personal tallies, but that total tally over the course of the 3 sets, which that overall score is what matters here. So you really cannot afford to be falling asleep at the wheel at all.
Have you checked out the AU Pro Shop on Instagram? Well, you know what? You should. They have new arrivals, restock alerts, monthly giveaways, and exclusive promotions just for you. If you're a follower, head to @AU Pro Shop to follow and connect. Our merch team would love to hear from you. That's @AU Pro Shop, and bring yourself to a match. We're going to be here in Omaha for this weekend and next weekend before taking a week to transition to Madison for the final 2 of this 2025 championship. Drews, 4th chance to close this set. Got it, finally. what could have been a pretty substantial lead heading out of set number 1. Instead, it turns into a deuce set. And Team De La Cruz-Mejia will be up 25-23. They earned 40 points for that set 1 victory. And those same 40 will be up in set number 2. And Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball, we play 3 sets no matter what. You're looking at a total score there, not another set. You're going to see that aggregate number start to change now out of set number 1. 25-23, Team De La Cruz-Mejia behind the left arm of Danny Drews, 103 points in that first set. Key Michael, 40 for the set victory and 63 stat points.
Yeah, this is what's so important about having a player like Danny Drews. The versatility, you've seen it in her numbers already, but look at the way she's just feeding up the blockers at the net. She is a left-handed attacker. She's confident. She's a big swinger every single time. Front court, back court. She's got so much range, and she's showing it in her decision-making. So I love that Betty De La Cruz is allowing her to take such an offensive role. Typically on a team, De La Cruz is doing the scoring, but I like her taking that kind of backseat here.
Now remember, with the points, you have both positive and negative with your individual points. That can go up and down. So in theory, you could start this next set and go down in total points from that 103. You could lose from 63. You never lose your set points or your match points. Those are already earned by virtue of that victory, 25-23. And the 63 stat points is really nice from Danny Drews. As you look at an not errorless, but almost errorless first set. So this is a captain-driven league, but you do see some coaches here. We do have a pair of coaches in action. Alicia Childress, first year as a coach, former player in this league the last couple of years, and Fernando Morales on the other side in his first year. Let's look at our stats through 1.
Yeah, Team De La Cruz-Mejia doing a lot in the offensive. You can see the difference there between just kills alone. Almost 5 more in a set. So this team on the orange side are doing a lot of the work in the offense. They've started with the serve as well. If you remember, a couple of those balls became overpasses. Those overpasses turn into kills. So they're just allowing themselves to be really aggressive at the net because of that first contact.
Right, you're going to have to go a little deeper into the stats if you're going to figure out the total effect of a service game. 2 aces for Team Kingdon Rishel, but some other bad passes forcing the other side to hit out of a tough situation, as well as some good blocking from the likes of Sophie Fisher. They're number 26. One of the new faces, 22 in total out of the 44, so half the athletes from year to year have turned over, but we have kept our champions. For the first time, we have a pair of champions competing for a title in the same season. Betania De La Cruz finished second last year to Brittany Abercrombie, who is our reigning champ. We'll see later today, Team Hentz versus Team Abercrombie. That's Morgan Hentz of Stanford and Team USA fame, and Brittany Abercrombie from USC and now Puerto Rican national team fame. As we are underway here in set 2 with a little skip ace. That'll be the 3rd of the match for Team Kingdon Rishel.
Those ones that drop just over the net, the dribblers, I like to call them.
And that's already 2 aces for Guedpard. And that will add on to your stats pretty quickly, plus 12 for each of those. Ball's a little tight to the net. Betty does not care. She's like the honey badger. She'll eat a snake. She'll get a kill. She does not care.
Does what she wants. Yeah, I think she's put together a team of honey badgers as well. You look at the likes of Capel, Micah Hancock, Danny Drews, Taylor Sambothi. I like that nickname for them.
Couple of misses, and it's now jump float from Micah Hancock. I don't know if we want the naturalist to get on your case key. Honey badger's kind of a solitary creature. Overhead, a little bit off the net. Bell into the block. Fisher once again. 6'5", every bit of it paying off.
And she's gotten every single block on the blue side so far, has gone through her hands. And this is why she's so effective. You see how she makes that decision as soon as she sees where the ball is going. It's dying a little inside. She's got the advantage there, but she uses her height and her strength.
Now, middle blockers only can pick up +2 for block assists. Sophie Fisher has been picking up some stuff blocks. Those are +12 for big blocks, and she has a couple already, and now a channel out of bounds, which is just as good for your side.
Yeah, middle blockers only. We're going to put that on a t-shirt. You're exactly right.
You don't have that shirt yet?
I do. You're right. I've got a couple of them.
Off the block, out of bounds, frustration. Natalia very familiar with Betty De La Cruz. In fact, Natalia's saying it'll be fun at some point if we get to team up together. Been on the other side of the net so often from Betty De La Cruz in international competition. Such respect between these two legends of the game.
Yeah, there are a lot of volleyball fans out there that are getting some firsts. Japan to Thailand to USA.
Ball is tight. Drews powers it through once again. A little bit of a collision underneath. Not too much. Both players safe. A 3-3 start to this second set. We had back-to-back runs to start set number one. Both teams have since settled in. See if Betty settles into an ace. A little push. That one's dug up. Transition chance. Drews once again. Boy, she is a different player than a year ago right now. Lethally efficient, number one.
And she's always been good. She's always also been
Right.
an aggressive player that likes to go for a hard-driven ball, but sometimes it's about decision-making. And I think oftentimes as she's grown into herself and she's gotten better at that decision-making, when to hit hard and when to look for angles, when to tip.
Two-time captain last year to the point of being good as that ball is deep. Kojima soaks it up. Bell with a long set. Each team trading good block controls. Hancock with a nice read. Can she get back and cover? Doesn't matter. Net violation will net it for her side. 24 matches on the Athletes Unlimited calendar this year. 12 here in Omaha, 12 in Madison. Looking forward to being in both cities, both volleyball towns that are growing with this game nationwide. Kingdon Rishel, decent pass. Better block on the other side. Vicini and Bell.
The trouble, a couple of sets in a row on both sides right now have been those balls dying on the inside. And look at this, it doesn't get all the way to the antenna. Natalia trying to turn it down the line, but Cat Bell so well placed.
Do you like the idea of that swing?
I like the idea of it. Yes.
But not the result. Chip shot this time from well off the net. Drew's been the Terminator. Not this time. Libero, setter, outside hitter. If you're trying to score at home, no interference, nothing called. Line is open. Drews says, I'll take the angle.
And I think this is why I talk so much about decision making. I liked the idea of that swing from Natalia, but the ball was too tight and it was inside. So those are the moments when you got to work high off the hands, maybe tips and rolls. Going down the line against a very strong Cat Bell, maybe not the choice. But there, that block was open. That's when Danny Drews can go cross court with power.
And you see just how strong and for how long Danny Drews has been in this league. Her 400th kill, just 3 players hitting that landmark. And she did not get 401 there, but didn't get a 0 either. Pereira over the top with power. Got it. Ending a 6-0 run from Team De La Cruz-Mejia.
One of the big things about this league as well is how quickly you can adapt. So maybe you're not getting the perfect set because your setter doesn't know you that well just yet. How can you score nevertheless? How can you make sure that you're getting points even if it's not, well, if you're getting an ace, that's fine too.
Yeah, just drop it in, Sophie Fisher. First ace of her Athletes Unlimited career. Fisher looking for that corner again. Got it, 2 in a row.
I love that serve from Fisher. First time she goes seam between the 2 players. Then she goes over the shoulder of Danny Drews. And again, this is also a confidence play from Fisher. She's recognized that Drews has been the hot hand. How do you get her out of her rhythm? Well, serve at her. Make her a little uncomfortable.
So if you just joined us, here's how it works. You get plus 12 for those aces. That's 24 points for back-to-back aces, right? Then you get a -8 for the miss. So you're going to take that down to a total of plus 16 over the last 3 actions by Sophie Fisher. And that's just her individual points. There's another individual addition there for Temi Thomas. Ilara finds the floor. And these are how the points are earned and lost throughout a match, throughout a weekend, and throughout this championship chase. This will be about 36% of your total points. You cannot power a championship through stats alone. Your teams must be winning. As Gray cleans up that overpass, to your point earlier about serving being more than just aces.
And serving is one of the few things that you are in control of. So going back there and standing on that end line, that's something these players have done their entire career by themselves. It doesn't take a pass from a stranger, a set from someone you've never played with. They are in control, so the serving should be the best part of the game here today.
Left-hand side of your screen is our live leaderboard that will kick in now and throughout the season. There's a dig from Thomas Ilara. She'll get plus 5 for that. Drews taken short. She'll back out. Backslide. Oh, Bell. Little hybrid action finds her left cheek. The opposite running a slide. Is that a good idea?
Well, did she get booped? She got booped. I don't know if it's a good idea. But I do love the creativity, and I love that you have to be really versatile as a player these days. Just saying, you know, you do one thing and that's it. It's not enough at this high level.
Careful with your therapy, Jimmy. Opportunity here once again. Gray got it. So a nice conversion in response from Team Kingdon Rishel, right back with a couple points of their own. 4-0 run. And they lead by 2. Remember, this puts the aggregate score at a tie. It's 25-23. De La Cruz-Mejia early on. Look at that small score below it is 33-33 for that overhaul victory as Sam Bothie does find the appropriate color on the court.
Quick connection from Hancock. She feeds it fast, it's low, it's flat. That's exactly what Sam Bothie likes. She wants to beat the opponent with her speed.
Daughter of an Olympian, sister to another volleyball player playing pro in Sweden. Push works. Wow, that one thrown off Sam Bothie. It acquired extra juice on the way out of bounds. Yeah, Natalia mentioned the medals. Won an Olympic medal in London. That was gold over Team USA and silver in Tokyo. And that was a defeat at the hands of Team USA. You can tell who's good at the sport of volleyball as Drews cranks that one down the line. I love this for Danny Drews, how terminal she is in this match.
Yeah, and especially a player like Danny Drews, who isn't an Olympian. She hasn't worn the USA jersey at the highest of levels, but still plays with the confidence of someone who has.
Well, she's a 4-time All-American. Serena Gray cranks that one, first team in 2022. As well as honorable mentions during her time at Penn State and then Pitt, that rising Pitt Panther program. Once again among the national elite as the NCAA women's volleyball season goes on. Backslide, Sam Bothie, that is her special place. Got it on the block in return. I don't know, better thing for number 41, a day at the lake or a giant stuff block with your left hand?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
She's one of those players. She enjoys this game. She loves playing the sport of volleyball, and you can see it when she gets something like this. I mean, you can feel that. You can feel the energy through the screen.
Oh yeah, definitely going to bring the fire and the energy is number 41. Already an ace in this one. Another good serve. Kingdon Rishel with the pass. Thomas Ilara is stopped. Vicini.
So the question now for the blue side is, how do they get past this block? A few moments ago, it was Sophie Fisher doing all the blocking, and it was the orange side that had to pay attention to it. But you can't keep swinging towards the middle if those big hands are there. Vicini is proving herself time and time again.
Pereira puts that one tight to the net. Kingdon Rishel working through the high flat. The high flat's become a huge feature of the game since instant replay came into use regularly. Tight second set action now, 13-12. You see that match score. Keep following that below. That is for 60 match points in the overall victory. Right side, Bell goes long. No touch.
No touch, and a little change has just snuck in. Lorene, the other Brazilian in the league, now playing side by side with Natalia. This is going to be a really interesting look for the Team Kingdon Rishel if they now have two Brazilians who have a similar style of play.
Lorena been in the top league in Brazil since she was a teenager. Been on and off the national team, winning bronze at the 24 Paris Olympic Games.
And I was surprised to see her go so low in the draft. She wasn't somebody who snuck off the board quickly because she's just shown up and players don't really know her that well, didn't get a lot of time in the scrimmages, but a player that is so well known in the international game. She went in the 8th round in the draft.
Yeah, we'll have a little dissection later. You went through the draft for these two teams. You and I think, have some picks that maybe are undervalued, some stocks you might want to invest in as we look at the challenge here. Looking for contact at the net.
After review, the challenge for block touch is unsuccessful.
All right, so wanted a touch to De La Cruz-Mejia, not getting it from the fingertips of Madi Kingdon Rishel. So Guedpard will go back to serve. Their setter to the back row, 3 hitters across the front. Kingdon Rishel, +2, 14-12. Tied 37 all. Beautiful set to the outside. Fisher got a hold of it, but just out of bounds.
Oh, that's so close. And it's so hard in that position to turn your hands back into the court. Does a good job of taking away some space, but that little bit of finish, and she's frustrated. You saw it with herself.
Hancock back to the jump float once again. And that ball is blasted long, no touch there. High, flat, little too high. And perhaps a challenge here. Kingdon Rishel will, in fact, signal, looking for
interesting
something for her side.
Kingdon Rishel is challenging the previous play.
So Kingdon Rishel has issued the captain's challenge.
I thought she was looking for a block touch off of the swing. She didn't look convinced at first. Maybe she got some feedback from her teammates on something that happened.
Yeah, I think she's looking for the net violation that her teammates, in fact, looked at. So as called, it's 14 all.
Hard to tell from that angle. Maybe some hair in the net?
Yeah, hair in the net would not be a net violation, but a right arm would be. Does Kat Bell put her right forearm on top of the tape?
I think I see her hair flipping it.
Yeah, that's a high pony angle there on the block.
I think that's all hair. Oh, it's a close one.
Yeah, Kat Bell putting her head down as that block progressed. As her head crested the top of the net, I'm going to take one in the face.
So I don't see the net move until the hair hits it. So for me, it's not an arm. It's
Yeah, at home you're getting a good look at it there. And Micah Hancock already at the line. Get our official ruling.
After review, the challenge for net touch is unsuccessful because it was hair.
So once again, the hair not considered a net violation. Or a fashion violation, either one.
She's put it up into a bun though now, just to be sure.
Cat with that wry little smile. Hancock will stay at the line, deep service. Good cover, Betty hits through. Can Kojima get there? She cannot, it's out of play. Another point for De La Cruz-Mejia. So they are first to 15 once again here in set number 2, but it is much closer action as we reach the technical timeout. The conclusion of set 2 on the way.
I'm just like goofy in general. I think that's probably how most people here would like describe me. Hi, I'm Madi Kingdon Rishel. I'm an outside hitter, and this is my player profile. My cat's name is Stuart. He's an orange tabby cat. He's from Turkey, actually. I took him off the street there. What I love about him, everything. I feel like he's like me in cat form. Like, he's pretty chill, but like can be like a little bit kooky sometimes. I went to Thailand this summer just for travel, and I really, really love Thailand, mostly because of the food. I did a food tour that was like more than like 25 different foods that we were trying, and by the end, I've never felt more full in my entire life. It was like the best food tour ever, best trip of my life. And that's a wrap.
I love that Maddie's like, my cat's just like a cat version of me.
Did she travel here in a suitcase like the cat?
Yeah, maybe.
Madi Kingdon Rishel, third place finish last year. That's why she sits in the captain's chair to start this season. You see our top 4 from last year. We're going to have Hentz versus Abercrombie coming up after this one. Remember, it's 2 matches a night. And Morgan Hentz, part of that rise at different positions we've seen in different years. The libero position rose last year precipitously.
100%. This season, adding Pornpun as well. Or, excuse me, adding Peanut.
Peanut Panoia is back. We have Manami Kojima in here as well. That ball escapes a second contact on her side. And now we have Morgan Hentz.
And Justine Wong-Arantes, who's highly anticipated in the next match.
Just a gold medalist.
No big deal.
Just the best passer in the Olympic Games in 2021.
Maybe the world.
Maybe, as that ball is just long, and the run for Team De La Cruz-Mejia ends with a service error and a 1-point lead. Kevin Barnett alongside Key Michael. Thanks for joining us for match number 1 here from Omaha, Nebraska. Bring your club team. Come on out and see us. We're going to be back in 2 nights' time. A little Sunday, Monday action. Right side, Lorena is stopped. Bell got all of that one.
Lorena hasn't really found her footing yet since getting in. Takes a little while to get comfortable.
Let's see how comfortable Betty is from the line. Cracking it down the line. That is a place of comfort. And an ace, plus 12.
Well, you saw them fighting in the intro. I told them to leave it on the court, and this is what I meant. Betty going down the line against her opposing captain, getting her on the floor. Adding insult to injury.
That is captain on captain violence. Do you go right back to there, or do you go cross court?
Get her again.
Okay. Indeed, there it is. Perfect pass. Fisher with the side out. So Rishel wins the second battle between the captains.
And that second ball going a little bit more inside. Rishel had adjusted. You could see Kojima had come over a little bit, taking some more space. So just, she knew Betty was coming at her again.
A couple of aces for Fisher, but this time goes long. Both her aces went to that corner last time. Vicini to the line, Sambothi to the front row. As we do allow players to go to their positions, you don't have to wait for the rotation. If you're in the front row, go to wherever you need to be. That ball is dug over and may have been out, played anyway by Kojima. Second dig from Hancock. One you have to the middle. Gray got it.
I like that decision from Kojima to take the ball. We saw it in the last set, a ball that went really high and just dropped in the back of the court. You don't want to give up those free points. We've talked about that. So take it as a free ball, let your team convert, and then get Serena Gray back in the mix.
Yeah, why not? She's 6 of 7. No errors.
Yeah, 83%. It's not bad. She was at 60% in the scrimmages. That's what she does.
Long set overhead to Bell, who goes a little ice cream cone over the top of Natalia.
Yeah, Bell, on the other hand, hasn't been hitting at quite her number. She's only at 14% kill percentage right now, which means she just isn't putting away the balls that she's getting opportunities for. So now you're seeing her switch it up, change something there.
Well, she'll take a -8 there on the service error. You played in this league in year one. How hard is it to not think about the points? Or do you think about the points when you make a service error? Did you ever make a service error?
I spent the majority of my time warming the bench, thinking about other people's service aces. No, I think it's one of those things that it's going to be in the back of your mind, but as a volleyball player, as a competitor, you kind of just revert back to that muscle memory of playing your style of volleyball. That, for example, Natalia's not thinking about a dig. She's thinking about how do I keep this ball off the floor so my captain can do that.
Well, she got +5 for that spectacular dig. I think it's worth more. Guedpard will get 1 for the assist. And then that kill by the captain off of that beautiful defensive effort there. Actually, that'll be Lorena with the plus for the assist. And the captain with the plus for the kill. That's +8 for each kill. Drew's looking for another +8. No. Battle on top of the net, send both he feasts.
A middles dream, a buffet of overpasses happening on both sides right now. I love those. Those were my favorites. The ones that come from in front of you. It's not coming right, left, not from over your shoulder behind, just straight in front of you, and you just send it right back.
And right at you. You don't have to fight the opposite for it or the outside hitter.
Everyone knows the overpass belongs to the middle unless
anyone else can reach it. Unless anyone else can reach it besides the middle.
you have to fight her for it.
Gray, so efficient early on. That continues here. As she sneaks it by the outstretched hands of the two-woman block.
I like Gray's style of play. Already we're seeing that she's not a flashy player. She's consistent. She's in the right place at the right time. She's running a variety of different offenses as well.
All right, a little serving and blocking to be done here on Team Kingdon Rishel. Onyu Ofebu has subbed in, 6'3" middle blocker. Who will set in transition will be the question. Drew's good pass. Outside, tight to the net. And Betty just works off those hands, sharp into the angle.
Yeah, interesting after that substitution made, and that was specifically to shore up the blocking in that position, and still Hancock goes to the outside and she gets Betty going in that zone, and Betty, well, she doesn't have fear up against a big block. If anyone can hit against it, it's her.
Sandbothi here in the red zone, over 20. Block should be there, it is, doesn't matter. Kingdon Rishel also with a lot of pop here in match number 1.
Kingdon Rishel has had 16 attempts to score. She's only put away 4 of them. She's been asked to do a lot.
Betty, overhand pass, steps back, has to reset. A lot of contacts here for the captain. Fisher with some back-to-back action there at the net, eventually lost to the other side.
Got a little turned around. And the net play is a huge factor right here. Who can kind of be the calmest in those scrappy moments when things are just getting a little fast, a little jumpy.
25-23 in set number 1. That netted 40 set points for Team De La Cruz-Mejia. Those same points, 40 more, up for grabs here in the second. Lorena covers herself. She'll get it right back. And gets stuffed straight down. Vicini +12 for the stuff block, and her team right to a set point. Look at that overall score too there, 49-44. Remember how many they gave up at this part of the first set. It took them 4 set points to close. Here's the first opportunity in the second. Kingdon Rishel, the pass. Dug by Hancock. And put away by the captain. 800th kill for Betty De La Cruz-Mejia, the Big Beth, if you know, on social. Have won her side the first 2 sets, 25-23, 25-21. So they have taken home already 80 team points to each one of their individual scores, and they lead 50-44 in that overall. Our third and deciding set is on the way. De La Cruz-Mejia off to an excellent start. Heading into set number 3, Team De La Cruz-Mejia with the lead 50-44, wearing the orange jerseys there and hearing from their coach, Alicia Childress, in her first season in that role. Selected by Betty De La Cruz, the captains have a unique say in this league. They are truly in charge, and Betty is in charge on the stat board as well, 164 points.
Yeah, she stepped it up in the second set. We talked about her playing kind of a backseat role to Danny, but I think that's what's been so successful, is that as soon as her opponents have dialed in on Danny, they started serving her aggressively. That opens up now Betty to be a bigger part of the offense. I think that's what's working really well, is that there are outlets everywhere on these orange jerseys, and Betty getting offensive down the line from the serve as well. This is what she does. She picks players that are offensive that kind of mirror her own style.
First player in AU Pro Volleyball history with those 800 kills. One of just a couple of athletes to have played all 5 seasons. Molly McCage, who we'll see in action later here. She's known as middle blocker number 1. She also has played all 5 seasons and head of the Players Executive Committee right now. We have watched Betty De La Cruz's son Fair grow up as this league has taken shape over the last 5 seasons. Leaders on each side here. Drews with those 12 kills, 3 digs, a little more defense from the other side from Natalia.
Yeah, I think that's what you get out of a player like Natalia, is it's not just the offense. You saw her running down some balls. Her team is getting some good touches in the block. I think that's what's the difference as well. On Betty's side, those blocks are going straight back down, whereas good touches on Kingdon Rishel's side, and she's just running them down, keeping them alive. She's got that libero style about her.
There's a look at Natalia. She's 7 kills on 16 attempts, been blocked twice. On the other side, top performer Drews with those 12 kills on 22 attempts, been blocked once, hit no balls out. Looking for the deep corner and not getting it. No touch call, although that was close.
Really close.
Hancock ripped off a few jump serves to start set number 1, scored some points for her side, but has gone to the jump float after a couple of errors. Cat Bell, deep corner is dug. Natalia. Oh, that's cagey.
That's a couple times we've seen that ball, that exact ball drop on both sides of the net. And it has to do with communication, right? Micah Hancock running in, she's thinking this is a tip. It's either going short or it's going to be an easy pickup, but that communication in day 1, it's really hard to just have that with your teammates immediately.
Hancock this time overhead, and it's another error. So 3-0 start for Kingdon Rishel. Keep in mind how important that is in the overall score. Oh no, on review and overrule from our R1, that ball in after being indicated out by our lines person.
I thought they maybe called a net touch on someone on the blue side.
In any case, point De La Cruz-Mejia, they avoid the 0-3 start. This is where you really want to watch that match score at the bottom, 51-46. Kojima, another dime. Beautiful touch by the block. Drews covered, yes. Teammates got your back, Danny. Nice move by Vicini across the net, covering a lot of ground to get that stuff.
Team De La Cruz-Mejia have 9 blocks already. They have been dominating at the net.
Team Kingdon Rishel is going to need to be +7 to get that 1-point lead in the overall score. So they need to reach 18 here. They're going to have to, pardon me, limit the other side to 18. So if you're looking for a magic number and you're wearing a Team De La Cruz-Mejia jersey, you're looking to hit 19 here. Kingdon Rishel, good cover, and converted in the middle. Fisher with some fancy footwork.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of offense out of Fisher so far. I think that's only her 2nd point from kills, where she's had 3 blocks. She's also had 3 aces. I think they can use her a little bit more in that.
Yeah, you love those fill-ins from the middle, don't you?
Yeah, those are great numbers in the supplementary categories, but get her offensive as well.
Cruz, 13th kill there. She also has a block. No aces yet from number one, but the match is not over.
The night is young.
Indeed it is. We have a second match coming up. Team Abercrombie and Team Hens, as there's an ace issued. Just said you want to see middles doing stuff. Vicini with the ace. Key Michael over here getting excited like Frank the Tank.
Dance. I love a middles ace. I love middles defense.
Oh, if she digs the ball here, you might just run off. Never come back. Match one, Key left. Redirect will find a back row setter violation and another point for Team De La Cruz-Mejia.
The overpass, and Samothi is dialed in. That kind of focus, super important.
Now remember, if any of that ball is over that net, the other side has the right to it, and you're going to get one of two things. Either you get an over violation by the attacking player, or you get a back row setter violation called on the team which was receiving. Betty, discovering that the call was not changed, will now leave the referee's stand alone, and her team will continue to hold service. She was ready, though, if anyone complained further. Kojima followed that one to the back line. And Fisher followed that one floating out in the gap.
So all we had to do was ask for more Fisher, and we get more Fisher.
Well, you got a lot of middle action right there overall.
I'm here for it.
It's another T-shirt for you. There's that deep corner serve that was so good in the last set. Free ball chance. High to reset the defense. Into the middle, Gray. First miss of the match.
Not by much, and I do like the aggression there to change that angle so drastically. She recognizes that Sambothi's kind of right fronting her, straight in front of her. She has to turn it aggressively back the other way.
De La Cruz-Mejia goes to a serving sub here. Marlene Monsoret into serve, backup setter, 33. She'll play right back. And she will stay at the service line. Her team scores the point.
Team De La Cruz-Mejia doing a great job of targeting Kingdon Rishel in the reception.
Florida and UCLA for her collegiate career. Now an experienced pro, Monsoret, in there. She'll put the ball over. Again, nice and high, getting a reset. Full run at it. There's a nice kill for Lorena.
And I know that Chompoo Guedpard, she likes to run a faster offense. If you watch any international volleyball, you'll know this about Thailand, is that they have that sort of Asian flair about their style of play. They have to beat teams with speed because the attackers are smaller, so she's used to trying to get her hitters going fast.
Maybe she can get the celebrations going too. The Asian team's known for their after-point celebrations as well.
They sure are. All smiles.
There's a big block. That's how you get your team going.
Hype them up, Chompoo. And she's sneaky good in the front court in terms of blocking. You don't even see her until it's too late.
Now 5-8, but up on time. Number 3. So 7 apiece, just like that, can't get away. Overpass, Kingdon Rishel, money. More captain on captain violence. It started even before the match commenced.
Yeah, serving has been a big part of this for me. That, again, another good, solid serve. Gets Betty on the floor, gets the ball coming over the net. Good reactions by Rishel.
Team Kingdon Rishel is going to have to be +7 here if they're going to win that overall. As a net violation will go against the turning Micah Hancock.
Serena Gray was so quick to turn to the ref and say, what? Referee said, it's not you. It's not you, don't worry.
The daughter of a boxer and a basketball player, Micah Hancock, with that snowing smile that it was her with her best fish impression. Caught in a net. Will they go to the outside once again and try and get Guedpard with Drews? No, long to Sambothi, nice and high, and that ball will carry, and it's a net violation anyway.
Invisible sniper, what happened?
Yeah, I'm not quite certain what Team Kingdon Rishel wants here. Madi was all the way into the net there before the ball hit the floor.
Didn't the ball go out anyway?
It did. I'm not sure what the confusion was on their side. They lost that point two ways.
I was confused as to why Taylor Sambothi fell over.
It's like chicken piccata two ways, but, you know, overpass. Pushed forward, Hancock. Sambothi with the overhand dig. Lorena, another dig, second one of the rally. No swing, too much traffic. Even here in Omaha, it's unusual. Outside. Too high, no touch, no net. Point for the women in blue. It's not going to be enough to win by 2. Still trailing by 4, you see there in the overall score. That's what they're playing for, not only the set victory and those 40 points, but those 60 team points for the overall win. Beautiful delivery to the outside, even better dig from Natalia. Heavy wood on that one inside the block and down in front of the libero. Panoy can't come up with it. 11-8, a little mini run here. Kingdon Rishel. The captain at the line. Drews passes off the net 10 feet. Nice pancake there. That ball did not sound like it was down. Betty tries to wipe it, and instead she gets called for a net. The wheels off here on the orange trailer.
There's some confusion. I'm a little confused as well. Taylor Sambothi saying, no, that ball was down.
Yeah, that was early in the rally.
Yeah, and Betty doesn't look completely convinced that she wasn't in the net, so no challenge coming, but timeout instead.
Well, no challenge. It will be +4 for Kingdon Rishel. They are more than halfway home to an overall victory. Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Championship is sponsored by Nike. As you look on to a beautiful fall afternoon, a nice warm day here in Omaha, Nebraska. Volleyball Town, USA. And if you got something to say about it, then by all means, Lincoln, sound off. If you think it should be you, this is a state that absolutely adores this game, and they're getting a treat already here in match number 1. Close competition. Kevin Barnett alongside Key Michael. 58-56 here in the overall. Team Kingdon Rishel has been getting some transition opportunities.
Yeah, what I like is that we've seen more middle action on Team Kingdon Rishel. Their 2 middles, Serena Gray and Sophie Fisher, are 2 of their top scorers. Now, Sophie Fisher hasn't done that much in the offense. She has been working some other things around, but it just tells me they're getting more opportunity to run what they want to do. Do you hear that noise, Kevin? What is that?
That would be Key Michael, who has a fever, and the only prescription is more middle action. As we look at our match so far, Serena Gray just 1 miss on those 7 kills, and Danny Drews throughout has been exceptional.
Yeah, I think Danny Drews and Betty De La Cruz have been a really good 1-2 punch, and what Kingdon Rishel has tried to do is take out one or the other. However, when one's not firing, the other one comes back in, and I think that's what we're going to see here as match play continues.
Remember, this is an individual title chase, and the leaderboard pops in there. Those are live points updating. You see Vicini, McKenna Vicini leading, and a block there for Gray. That'll have her going +12 and up that leaderboard. For every action that happens, there is a plus or a minus in most cases, and this is a +12 right there for number 15 in blue.
Love that she doesn't get sold up the river going with Sambothi.
How about that time? Right back to the middle. Nice repeat from Micah Hancock.
And that's always the story within the story, the game within the game for me, is watching what the setters do, the decisions that they make. So, for example, Hancock recognizing that Taylor Taylor Tambothi. Taylor
Yeah.
Tambothi was not followed, then she sets her the next time.
That's almost pig Latin right there.
Taylor Tambothi.
That ball high from Natalia over the top and down. Natalia Zila Pereira saying she was looking forward to coming back to Omaha. She enjoyed it in 2015 at World Grand Prix Finals held here in the Chi Center in downtown Omaha. She said that the town has changed in that time, and indeed it has. What hasn't changed is her right arm excellence. $15-9, and look at that, 59-59 in that big score. Watch that, that's worth 60 points and the overall win. Betty, no touch called, and that ball's long. So just like that, Team Kingdon Rishel +1 in the overall. Having lost the first 2 sets, they're in a rally situation here in the third. 60-59, Gray, good serve deep once again. Right back to number 81. Natalia, left side roll. Betty's seen that in competition. And it is converted by De La Cruz-Mejia to get to double figures. Kind of a soft anticlimactic ending to that one.
Yeah, but it was a big pickup by Betty.
Yeah.
She mentioned it. She'd read that book before. Campbell had been burned a couple of times already down the line. It happened to Micah Hancock as well. She's saying, no, it's not happening again. I don't care if I have to run across the court and get it up.
60-60, 3-time Italian best server at the line. Not going with her best serve. Kat Bell, well off the net, 8 feet. Blocked again. Fisher alongside Pereira.
This is a huge combination. These two blockers side by side. And Fisher is so clean with her blocks. There's not a lot of movement. She's not doing anything excess. She just gets in position, gets straight over, and that's the prescription.
Stock is rising for Fisher. Nearly had that one, instead it's a dig behind her. Good channel. Pays off with that swing, looking for the touch. Oh, I think you'll see a challenge here. And yes, immediately, Captain Madi Kingdon Rishel, as well as her coach, Fernando Morales, up to issue a challenge here. 2 challenges per captain per set. Kingdon Rishel looking for the touch, saying she's pretty confident. That one took a half a pinky.
Just a half. Let's have a look at it. Oh yeah, more than a half. See the wiggle? See the little dance moves Kat's left hand is doing?
You used to be able to lie and get away with these things, but with replay, no more.
After review, the challenge for block touch is successful.
So there it is, success on the challenge.
This is a completely different Kingdon Rishel side from what we saw in the first 2 sets. They've really come alive. And Lorena wants one of the changes sort of halfway through the set that we saw.
1 challenge left for Team Kingdon Rishel. But +2 on the scoreboard right now, 62-60. You're never dead in this format. Make it 63-60 off that overpass kill from Sophie Fisher. Welcome to AU. What a big match from number 26.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. She was impressive at Georgia. Again, I can't wait until they start utilizing it to her full potential. She was a player that hits from the back court as a middle blocker. They could use her there.
National title at Kentucky before her time at Georgia. She'll throw that one back. And another. Fisher everywhere. Again! Sophie Fisher for MVP.
I almost had it. I got booped, Kevin. I got booped.
An unfortunate end to this play for Key Michael in the announcer's box. That ball, another big stuff block. Is that 6 blocks now? No, it is not 6 blocks.
The slow-mo, Kevin. Oh, I won't be living that one down for a while.
Key Michael, what a moment here for the newcomers in the league, as we have fully half the field new players, and Sophie Fisher, biggest impact thus far.
And I love how versatile she is. She's one of those players that we talked about it early. She's not just getting blocks, but she's also doing things in other areas as well. Some of the other newcomers that I'm keeping my eye on. One point, the setter, member of the Thailand national team, somebody who's hasn't really hit her stride, I wouldn't say yet, finding her connections. But again, Serena Gray, talk to you about the impact she made in the scrimmages, and she's really showing that she's already going to be a huge contributor. That's why she went so high in the draft, taken in the second round of the draft. You typically don't see that for middle blockers, and she got it.
Yeah, Gray missed the first connection with her setter number 3, Guedpard there. And since that point, 7 kills on 9 attempts. Deep corner, that one was going to be in on the end line. Way off balance again, Team De La Cruz-Mejia. Another right side swing, that's a heavy ball. Oh, Bell was just camped on that tip. And Betty will throw another. That one looked like it found the court. It was called down, and now we have a second challenge from Team Kingdon Rishel saying, no, that ball was up. So ball up or down here on that pancake play. This would actually net just a replay because the play was called initially for De La Cruz-Mejia as the ball being down. If the challenge is successful, we'll have to replay that point.
King challenge. It was Kingdon herself who made the move, but it's so hard to get a pancake. I mean, that to me looked like it caught a little bit of the floor.
Play did continue. The ball was still live, even though the whistle blew. So that's why you get the replay. And this actually is somewhat a similar situation. Internationally now, you have to challenge within a couple of seconds of the previous action. You can't wait till the end of a rally. What do you think, Key Michael?
I will never claim to be the expert in defense or in pancakes. However, from the limited angle that we've got there, that first contact by Madi looked like it might have caught a bit of the floor, and there's always that compression of the ball as well. She looks 100%, she's convincing me though.
All right, Madi Kingdon Rishel awaiting the ruling there on this pancake, but there's another ruling earlier that she would in fact take over the Serving Pancakes podcast alongside Kat Bell for League One volleyball. That coming later this year. As that ball to me looks up by that angle. I can't wait for Cat and King. Is that give me? They should change the name.
Yeah, Cat and King.
The Cat and King pod.
Well, right now they've got a show called Maddie and Cat Do That.
Okay. What do they do?
They do whatever they want.
Well, a little long delay here as the officials try and get the call exactly right. Let's hear.
After review, the challenge for floor touch is unsuccessful.
All right, so the officials did not see anything in the preponderance of the evidence there. That would give the point to Team Kingdon Rishel. Call confirmed, ball ruled down, point De La Cruz-Mejia, captain to the line. And with her side, conservative serve. Opportunity here outside. Star of the match, Doug. Back to her. Natalia. Boy, rally of the match. Another big cut. Hanoi got it. Lorena pass, gets it right back and blasts through the block for the winner. She's come alive here.
Yeah, she may not be scoring point after point. She's got a pretty low percentage in terms of offense, but just that change, just having her presence on the court. She's one more offensive threat, combining that with Sophie Fisher and Natalia on the outside. The blockers in the orange jerseys have more to think about.
From Belo Horizonte, Brazil, and her side scores another. How about that? Look at this turnaround here in the third set. They now lead by 5, 22-11 in this set, and 66-61. Both timeouts already burned by De La Cruz-Mejia. Natalia from the middle of the court. Drew's perfect pass. Bell, that is not going to get it done. That will. I made the play over your head. Key got it. 23-21, Kingdon Rishel.
Good thing one of us has still got it. One of us is an athlete.
Here we go, 2 away from a set and match victory. That'd be plus 100 points, and they're 1 away now. Another ace. It is all but assured here that we will have match number 1 feature a 3rd set comeback from Team Kingdon Rishel. Match ball, no. Liberty First Credit Union Arena, our home here in Omaha. First match of 2 in the evening. Hence, Abercrombie up next, perhaps after this point. Vicini to serve. Fisher dug, blocks at the net. Free ball opportunity for the win. Not yet. Both teams on the scramble. Captain cannot be covered. Now for De La Cruz-Mejia, you're looking at that 24-13. That seems like a tall ask. 68-63, a little bit closer. 3rd opportunity here for Kingdon Rishel to close 100 team points and the match.
Yeah, I'm thinking about how unlucky Madi Kingdon Rishel was in her wins last season. A win straight off the board would be huge, because she had great performances.
Yeah, and for a while there, had a hard time getting her team over the hump. Here, she'd already be on the downhill. She fights off that pass. Hits flat, gets a touch called. And I think we're gonna have a challenge right away. Not too much celebrating in those blue jerseys just yet. But Betty De La Cruz waiting to get the call. And our referees can also challenge over 20 points. Our referees are allowed to call a challenge themselves. So one thing I don't like about the challenge system is the final play of a match.
Well, the question for me is, what was the call originally? Was it in or out? I think they need to know what the call was so they know if they can challenge or what they can challenge.
Yeah, the discussion happening here is about where the touch may have occurred. If it's a back row touch, you cannot dispute that. You can dispute a touch at the net, but you cannot dispute a touch in the back row. And now they call over the lines person and ask, where did that touch occur? What did he see?
Have a look.
That's Maddie, or pardon me, McKenna Vinci in there. If that touch is called against her, that you're not going to be able to dispute that one. And we will finally have the match called. After much deliberation, a 25-13 set number 3 brings victory for Kingdon Rishel. 69-63. 60 points for winning the match, and those team points are enormous. They also get 40 for winning that set. That is plus 100 each one of these women's individual score via those team points. And Team Kingdon Rishel, in comeback fashion, loses the first 2, but wins the overall. So you think about the switch there. There are 180 team points available. Team De La Cruz-Mejia had 180 of those points through the first 2 sets, 25-23, 25-21. They entered the 3rd set 50-44, but they could not muster enough in that 3rd as the offense of Kingdon Rishel came alive for the overall win, 69-63. Fine offensive performance from Natalia in her debut, 11 kills on 23. Got blocked twice, did not hit a single ball out of bounds. Following her would be Serena Gray, 7 of 9. What a nice efficient performance there. That is an efficiency of 670. Wonderful there. 8 blocks for that side. Well, let's get to Key Michael with the captain. Victorious Madi Kingdon Rishel.
Maddie, big win first night. I was thinking about last season, how unlucky you were with the wins. What changed in this first night?
I don't know if anything changed, but I think you just have to fight every point, every match, every night, every set, honestly, because you can win in the last set, as we've seen. So I'm really proud of how Team Blue pulled it out tonight.
Was there something different between the first 2 sets that you talked about with your team in your timeout?
We just switched up the lineup a little bit, changed me and Nazi. I think that really helped. And then I think we just knew we needed to put some gas into it, pedal to the metal, and, you know, go big or go home. So that's it.
Can you tell me a bit about your draft strategy and what paid off with the players you got on court today?
Yeah, I think I needed a strong outside that could complement me. I think Nazi played great. And Chompoo I played with in the scrimmages, and she's amazing, so I wanted her as a setter. And then all of the other pieces are incredible, and I think that we are gelling well, and hopefully we'll get better as the weekend goes on.
All right, original learnings from today. What are you taking into the next match?
Just to keep fighting in every single set, knowing that we have the grit to do it. That's all. Yeah.
Awesome, congratulations.
Thank you. Hi, Mom.
Talk to you, Kevin.
Team with 5 aces on the Madi Kingdon Rishel side, and they are victorious. Let's look at our upcoming schedule. We will have Abercrombie versus Hens coming up next, and then we'll be on ESPNU Sunday and Monday with the continuing matchups, and of course De La Cruz-Mejia versus Abercrombie. That is number 1 versus number 2 from last year, our reigning champion, in action there in the final match. And in our next match, Brittany Abercrombie, first opposite to ever take the title, the lefty who hits on the right. We'll see if she can take a first step towards repeating, as she will take the floor against Team Hens and the excellence that is the defense of Morgan Hens. 9 Eastern tonight. If you want more information at uprovolleyball.com. From our partner Key Michael and our entire team, I'm Kevin Barnett from Omaha. Good night and congratulations, Team Kingdon Rishel, 69-63, victory number 1 in the books.